what's up guys? We're back again with the best deck to take full advantage of the new buffs and the balance changes. Furnace is going to be attacking 13% faster, so it will be more capable of defending and winning bridge battles. Instead of solely functioning as a Fire Spirit factory, Furnace will actually be reliable as a support card, letting you more reliably win bridge battles and melt pushes. Giant Skeleton's Bomb is getting an 8% damage buff, and when you play with Clone, you're getting the buff twice with double the bombs, letting you blast your opponent's units away to an entirely new level. Giant Skeleton Clone will evaporate opponent's units that are pushing into you and delete towers. And pairing the bomb with Tornado ensures that no one escapes. This deck's played at the top of the ladder even before the buffs without any heroes. Let's blast our opponents with fiery bombs and assert dominance. And Giant Skeleton love to everyone that's using creative code SirTag, making the higher fruit videos possible. Okay, so it's unfortunate that we don't have Skeleton Barrel in our starting hand because I love sliming people with that. I'll just go for Skeleton Dragon Split. I think that cycling them in one side is okay as well, just because you're able to evade poison or fireball value. I'm just splitting them up to see what we can do and get to a better card cycle here. Genuinely, I want to cycle towards evolutions, and Skeleton Barrel, even though it did get a bit of a nerf, it's not that impactful. It's only impactful if you're playing against minions and the minions survive. That is literally the only real interaction that it changes. Minions at tournament standard have 230 health, and now the Skeleton Barrel evolution will do 225 death damage when it explodes. It does do it twice, so I guess you can still kill minions. Anyway, this guy is going to try to bamboozle me right now. Great zap on his end, unfortunately. But we are going to clutch up and defend. This giant skeleton is going to stay alive, and we can throw down maybe a Skeleton Barrel here. Oh, the bats will die. The bats will die to the Skeleton Barrel popping, but at the same time, it's not necessarily that good. Skeletons aren't going to reach the tower anyway, so it is what it is. Oh, we get one little Larry slap. Never mind, guys. A little bit of generosity comes our way with the skeletons fielding some hits. I might be better off cycling our Furnace as well, just because it gets an evolution. It is a super weak card before the buff, and I would never advise playing Furnace without the evolution. I think that Furnace, without the evolution, you're better off putting like a Witch in this deck. Witch evolution, it's just better that way. You always want the Furnace evolution because the best strength of it is just spamming Fire Spirits. And you don't get that many from the regular Furnace. Anyway, I want to go Goblin Hut here and have the spawner from the Goblin Hut just gets value that way. I'm going to Tornado so we can hopefully clean up these. Not looking good though. Oh, wait. This should be an awesome distraction against the Sparky. Let's freaking go. Yo, we're actually clutching up here. Insane. I thought we were dead for a second, but Skeleton Barrel on defense is insane. Oh my gosh, that was clutch. He even zapped too. So one of the bad things about Skeleton Dragons, I swear they're single targeting troops. A lot of times they should be doing splash damage, but they just don't, and it is what it is. I definitely want to drop more stuff in double elixir because I can afford our high elixir cost cards and cloning then. It's way more effective to do that. So I'm going to throw down our Skeleton Dragons, and I'm going to go and jump through with our clone and see if we can hit absolutely everything. Also, I can pull the Sparky in with the Tornado, so we'll see how well that works for us. I want to be able to kill that a little bit quicker, ideally. Please die, Sparky. Yes. And the Furnace is still alive. Oh my gosh, it's basically like an evolution Furnace because we got two of them. We're so back. All right, we're going to go Skeleton Barrel and Cannon Cart here, and then maybe even follow through with Skeleton Dragons on whatever bait card he's going to drop on top of us. The Skeleton Barrel connecting is guaranteed to force out a small spell, so he will zap that. Then I can properly plop down my Furnace and guarantee that he can't go in for anything in the air because it just gets eviscerated. Could pull that to the other side, but I'm not going to. This looks a little bit rough for us. I'm just going to go Clone so we can maybe knock back our Furnaces so they don't die immediately to the Sparky. They should die, but still an okay interaction. The Fire Spirit connected, hell yeah. All right. Go Skeleton Dragons. He's going to Minion Horde probably, or Evolve Bats. Yeah, that's Evo Bats. All right, we're Tornado this time. We definitely got the Minion Horde finally. Oh my gosh, prediction paid off. Once in my life, Skeleton Dragons doing splash damage. Our dude had multiple small spells with zap and arrows, so usually that's a death sentence for Clone. But with so many offensive measures that you have with Skeleton Dragon, Skeleton Barrel, Furnace, applying Fire Spirits, there are other ways to win than brute force strength of Clone. Toxic Loon player. Okay, bro. If you want to give out your strategy in your name, I think I'm feeling a little bit better about this. I'm going to go Skeleton Barrel. Luckily, we get it in our starting hand. I had to cut out the last game. It was a free win against someone with Rail Giant that missed a fireball. 9 times out of 10, if people miss spells against this deck, they are instantly dead. Also, this guy did activate King Tower, but it came at a cost. He took a ton of damage there against the Skeleton Barrel. Since we see Tornado and also Inferno Dragon paired with his name, I think it's fitting that he is going to be a Lava Hound player for sure. So, we're not a Lava Hound player. I guess Balloon Freeze. Yeah, so we're going to try to get the Cannon Cart on the tower and just use Skeleton Dragons on defense. It's going to be difficult for us to activate King Tower with a reasonable decision of Tornadoing. But I think I'm going to use my Furnace here and then Tornado afterward. just because he's likely to go in for a freeze and do some cheese, probably our best play. Oh no, that Inferno Dragon is doing so much damage. Oh, that was spooky. That's like 2,000 damage on my tower, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to take it for the greater good. Knowing that the opponent has freeze means that if I get King Tower up early, I should be able to get great defenses for the rest of the game, relying heavily on Tornado and Goblin Hut. I also now know that this guy has vines, which is interesting. I didn't think he would have that. I could throw down Skeleton Dragons with this and maybe clone it up depending on what happens. His card cycle could be cooked. This could be really difficult for him to defend. If he only has NATO and vines and like no small little Barbed Barrel or a log, that could be clutch. I think that that's probably what he has, right? After identifying that he's going to have vines and freeze. It's a very unconventional and bad way to play Clash Royale. But it does make you more toxic. It makes more sense why you have the name. I'm going to throw down a cannon card because it's less elixir than our giant skeleton, and it still gives us the same outcome. It is able to do really well into the bowler, and I don't really want to get knocked back, so that's why I'm going to try to save my furnace for a little bit and drop it further back. Especially because I want to fight on my side of the arena into skeleton dragons and furnaces. We want to not be on his side with the electro dragon looming over our shoulder. So I want to just go skeleton barrel here and then potentially go giant skeleton to pull his electro dragon and his lumberjack. And then maybe just hit him up with the skeleton dragons on the left side. The giant skeleton pulls the electro dragon, so I don't know what he's supposed to do here. He might try to do some freeze cheese, and if he does, we get real freaky with it and go in for a tornado. Oh my gosh, wait, guys. I'm telling you, there's a chance I can do some absurd shenanigans right now. I have a giant skeleton, a cannon cart, and a skeleton barrel looming over him, and I think he's fried. That's a 3 crown if I've ever seen one, guys. Let's freaking go. We successfully slimed and out-toxic the toxic loon player. All right, we got another one here. I don't know who this guy is. Want to give him some love, though. Love seeing love back and forth. Oh, I don't like this deck. I'm not a fan of log bait. I'm not a fan of log bait. I'm a D1 hater of it. All right, we're going to go cannon cart into the Dark Goblin. And usually if people have that, they're going to have Goblin Barrel and Skeleton Barrel and Suspicious Bush and a lot of crazy cards that we don't want to see. So I guess one of the inconvenient things about our deck in particular is we don't have reliable responses to them because we only have Tornado. So I think I have to build up a big push with Skeleton Dragons and then potentially get him with either that or the Evolved Furnace and get, hopefully, you know, his Princess out of cycle so he doesn't have splash damage and then he can't do anything to me then. That's the game plan. We'll see if it works. We'll see how it goes. I had to go for a really good Tornado to be able to pull something, but still a ton of damage. It's not a good matchup. It's not a good matchup. All right, we got to go Skeleton Barrel on the right side away from that, but he's probably in a Princess, so I can't. He might Princess at the bridge when the Furnace is dead. Fortunately, the Furnace does outrange the cannon, but it's still in a really good spot, so he played that nicely. I think we can just go Cannon Cart and react to the Princess and be quick with it, and then maybe go Skeleton Barrel, Cannon Cart, Clone. Yeah, I'm going to send it. I don't know how good this is going to be, but I hope that we're able to kill the Dark Goblin. It's not looking good, guys. This matchup looks giga cursed. All right, we're going to try to go Skeleton Dragons. The difficulty with the matchup, again, is we don't have Barbaro or a log, so we super need to play well to win this one and build up one big push. Hopefully with evolutions. I do think that if he overcommits, though, there's a chance that we win anything. Like, the worst matchup is Logbait for this deck, I would say, out of everything in the game. And then Hog Rider, Earthquake, Firecracker can be tough, but you can just use, like, Tornado and then build up a big push when they don't have Firecracker in cycle or Tornado in the Firecracker to defend the Hog Rider and take damage, and then it's fine. I think this one's definitely the worst. All right, so I'll just go Cannon Cart into the Princess, and then he should protect that with a Skeleton Army. I don't really have a way of killing that unless I go in for a Tornado prediction. I don't think I'm able to do, genuinely. Ooh, that was interesting wall breaker. Sorry, we'll take that. I want to go in, but I don't know. I think it's probably worth it. Yeah. No, I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it. I'm going to eat the goblins, and then we're going to just Tornado on the skeletons so that we can kill that a little bit quicker. And should be damage. I just don't know how much. I wasn't able to successfully clone it. I wasn't feeling it right there. Wasn't feeling it at all. Dark Goblin dies. We just eat the damage because it doesn't necessarily matter. I want to see if he has Rocket or not. We have to eat the wall breakers too. It's just such a unfortunate situation to be in. I can go in for a Cannon Cart and snipe the Princess and still go in the side that we want, so I am going to do that. And then I can clone this up. I think I got to, but he'll Valkyrie, right? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. All right, can we kill the Valkyrie with a giant skeleton bomb? That's what we need to do. We need to get real cheesy with it. I need this win, please. Holy hell. So yeah, the way that you win those matchups is building up one big push of doom, eating damage that you have to, activate King Tower early, and protect the tower that's lower. He played pretty well. Fortunately, we caught him without the princess and were able to wreck him. So if your opponent doesn't have the splash damage of Firecracker or Princess, there's really no reasonable way for them to defend big pushes of doom. Especially since all the log bait decks are running no big spell or they're running rocket. Most of the time they'll have log or vines, so they're really reliant on that Princess and Valkyrie. Okay, this guy's a top 1,000 player, so I don't know who he is, but it seems like we're playing against a lot of people with like YouTube or code or whatever in their name. So these people are probably just creators. Anyway, we're gonna throw down our Goblin Hut here, and this guy's gonna get cheeky with the Skeleton Barrel. Oh, come on, Clash Royale. You cannot tell me we are playing against another bait deck. This is not Bait Royale, bro. This is not happening. I am gonna get baited to raging, bro. This is not it. All right, so he's got archers. This could be Royal Recruits. I think it's a Royal Recruits deck. If I had to guess, I think it's recruits. I don't think it's a regular bait deck. So there's some variety. There's some spice of life out here. Oh, he's got poison. Are you kidding me? All right. It might not be possible to get clone value here today, but I'm going to try. I will eat the wall breakers because I need to take advantage of his poison being out of cycle for 3 cards. So game time play is to go Skeleton Dragons with this and then go clone at 3 elixir. And that likely wins me the game. I don't know 100%, but I think there is a high likelihood that he cannot deal with these cards cost effectively. At least that's what we're going for right now. We believe in the power of the giant skeleton. All right, also I could tornado this just to kill those archers a little bit faster, and I think that's a power play. Sure, we're taking a ton of damage, and we might even lose the tower on the right, but we got that left side out of sight. And you know what? We're still clinging on at 400 HP, so I think it's the right play. I think it was an okay decision. Obviously, homie is going to have evolved wall breakers soon, so that sucks. But there's a chance that we can do something before that happens. He also has poison, so I really would love for him to go and poison on top of the wrong stuff. Like maybe we go furnace and he poisons that instead. I think that that's likely what he's going to do. So I'm going to go cannon cart. Give him less of an opportunity to poison things that he would want. Cannon cart is not very poisonable. It might look cute. You might want to just cuddle it with another spell, but it's not something you want to do, bro. You want to save it for our dragons or our furnace. So I think we're better off going for dragons up high just to guarantee that we don't give him poison value. Ideally, that's what's happening. And ideally, that's how we're cooking here. I'll tornado that in. It's risky-ish, but it is what it is. We're down a lot of elixir right now. We're actually down a monumentous amount. So he's going to go recruits at the bridge soon with the Goblin Gang split. Yeah, no, he's feeling it right now. He's feeling pretty good about himself. This is rough. I don't think I can defend both sides unless we get the Skeleton Barrel to cheese him. The Skeleton Barrel popping does so much damage. Look at that. Look at that insane value. I might actually defend. He is going to poison. I can NATO all the skeletons and kill the archer ideally. Oh, come on. That archer needs to, like, leave my tower alone. My tower didn't do anything to deserve that. He can't poison in time. I think he expected to be able to break through in the right side, but he wasn't able to. Because if you think about it pragmatically, if you go for recruits and you're up that amount of elixir, you're like, oh, I won. But nah, you didn't win, bro. I held on for dear life because of the Skeleton Barrel. Oh, we are plopping down a ton of fire spirits here. And I think we're going to clutch the hell up here. There's no way he gets back to poison. And we beat a top 1,000 player that for sure thought he was going to slaughter me with Royal Recruits. Even after the Skeleton Barrel gets a nerf for death damage, you might assume that that defense wouldn't be possible, but it's mostly to the distractions of the skeletons that put in that amount of work. And the Skeleton Barrel death damage still does a ton even after the nerf. All right, we are hoping and praying that we do not find someone with an annoying deck today with poison. We want to show the brute strength of the giant skeleton clone for the one time. Please, I want to show people that this deck actually can pop off in the right situation if you don't get hard countered or face something that you have to think against. And there's a lot of situations where the opponent doesn't have a big spell like no fireball or poison, and then you can just randomly mash everything together, click clone and win the game. Or if they don't have zap and cycle and then you do it, I just cut out a lot of those games at the start because, you know, I don't really want to show games where I free win at the start of the game because someone misses a spell or they literally just don't have an answer. And now I've realized that this showcases the worst matchups that you could have got in this video, but it is what it is. It'd be that way sometimes. We're going to try to cheese him here. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah. See, okay. I'll put this one in the video if we, you know, continuously clobber him with more crap. Yeah, it is what it is. It'd be that way sometimes. Sometimes I think that the games are just too easy. I'm like, no one wants to watch that. But, you know, there are some particularly fun moments when you get to cheese someone and go through a building and get value when the opponent's not ready for it. Like the Inferno Tower there was totally meant to go and counter our stuff, but it did a really horrendous job of doing that. Okay, so Dark Goblin is a potential problem. I could tornado this in. I think I kind of want to do that to kill the Dark Goblin before he drops a tank. Yes, that type of prediction is fire. It's super, super good to do that. We could also Giant Skeleton to stop this from crossing the bridge, but I just want to go Cannon Cart early. Yeah, I think this Giant Skeleton is, you know, not really the play. The Cannon Cart is definitely better. We were guaranteed to eat the wall breakers regardless. It really wasn't in the cards for us to defend that. We could, however, clone with another Cannon Cart and a Skeleton Barrel. I like doing this play a lot when the opponent's not prepared. Maybe we can mess up his log timing. Come on. We've made so many people mess up the log timing. See, he was holding the log and the little Larry with the carry. Oh my God. It's targeting the Cannon Cart and the Skeleton Barrel. Skeletons did so much damage. All right, we can pull this super deep and then tornado afterward to pull everything back so we take less damage and conveniently keep the king off of our precious hut for a little longer. He's going to go Dark Goblin and probably go Wall Breakers afterward. No, he's not. What is he doing? He's just going to go king. Oh, that's dirty, bro. That's a ton of damage. My Skeleton Dragon didn't even know what it was doing. It got lost for a second. It was playing around with me. It was playing with my feelings. All right, we'll just Cannon Cart straight up and try to get that directly on top. If you drop units further away, if you didn't know, there is a bit of travel time for the projectile from the Cannon Cart or the Princess or whatever you're running. So it is something that most people don't think, and it's negligible in most situations. But in specific moments where you want to guaranteed get the kill, it's better to drop the ranged unit right on top, especially when your opponent's units can't even target it. Okay, so we're going to go Furnace early so we can start spawning more Fire Spirits and then maybe go in for a Cannon Cart if he decides to go Dark Goblin. I don't know what he's going to do. Okay, we're going to go Giant Skeleton. And we could go for Skeleton Dragons here too. Ooh, all right. Yeah, we're going to go Skeleton Dragons so then we can block. Maybe we're going to be able to get onto the Inferno Tower a bit faster, ideally. We're going to go Clone after his Skeleton Barrel pops so it doesn't do any death damage to the units that are important. Then we're going to Tornado his Dark Goblin in so it hopefully just straight up dies. If we can get the Fire Spirits or the Skeleton Dragon on the tower, 1 HP. Oh, we are trolling. Imagine I tornadoed him to blow his house down. That would have been epic. Giant Skeleton, blast the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.